that could easily get you sacked.
Action. A-ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's big energy.
Big energy. All right then. The voice of God.
Where did that come from?
Who's that? There's somebody in here.
Sport.
Welcome back to the kickback. Yeah.
I'm back. I'm at it. I've got goals. So I've not got time for you to hold me back. This is where you go into your vivid imagination and just start making up stuff.
There have been rumors about a player from the NWSL, so the USA side. There will be a player coming, and it most likely is a forward. I do not think that should be Arsenal's main priority to sign.
But I feel it's just classic women's football at the minute to lose valuable players on a free, which could strengthen a Champions League rival. It does concern me with the Beth Mead contract situation. What have you done, Arsenal? They have to be better with the transfer policy.
Yeah.
Bad business.
Like, just in, Guro Reiten has extended her contract at Chelsea. Like, regards to Chloe Kelly, her move is absolutely possible. I've heard that she wanted to stay at City, but they have failed to offer her a contract.
I want to see a big juicy transfer.
For my snowboarding career, the degree of love. That was definitely like a real highlight of my career. To get that invite in your email inbox was always such an honour. They only ever invited 12 girls in the world.
There's no smoke without fire.
Well, the only thing is I'd seen I was going to Spurs, but apparently I'm not because it wasn't on Soccer Donna.
Yeah, Ruesha, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think you're coming to Spurs.
Did you actually make some calls to find out if it was true? Hello there, Happy New Year and welcome back to the Kickback with me, Shebahn Ahern, joined by the evilest, ugliest twin sister professional footballer for a limited time only, Ruesha Littlejohn. Coming up for you on today's show, we're going to look ahead to the rest of the season, discuss the January transfer window with everyone's favourite Soccer Donna's Laura Kohlhaas is going to be with us on the show. Plus, also here in the studio, we'll be joined by two-time Olympic snowboarder Aimee Fuller to discuss her magnificent career in the sport and her transition to punditry after retirement. All of that coming up for you today on The Kickback. Stay tuned for that and much, much, much more. And make sure you like and subscribe. Hi.
Well done. Well, you've been practising since on your break, haven't you?
Wonder.
Fantastic.
That's what a week of no alarms will do for you.
Rest, recovery, restored, and a bit of practising. You're walking about the beach in Portugal, are you going? Welcome back to talkSPORT.
Welcome back to the Kickback. Yeah, out over the Algarve.
Good for you, because I've not got time to be wasting. Like this year, I'm back, I'm at it, I've got goals, so I've not got time for you to hold me back. Gone over that about 8 times.
Do you know, I think I'm with you on that whole time thing. I know someone who's extremely successful.
Who?
And they are to the minute.
Who's that?
And if anyone's late, they don't give them the minute past the time. I can't say names.
Really? That's a bit extreme. Because sometimes I'm like, especially living here.
Especially in this industry.
Uh-huh.
It's difficult in this
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I'm late all the time. I
You're
can't hit
shocking.
my breaks on time. I can't hit my news on time.
Can you not?
No.
No. But you're not very good at your job. That's what we've just sort of been over there.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm trying.
I just want to say to people that I'm not transitioning yet, but I do sound very husky, like I'm, you know, but I've been not well, if anyone gives a damn.
You're always not well.
I know.
If we could go back to how many times you've had and a cold and a cough over the last season, I think you've had more sick days from football than you had sick days from school.
Really? I wouldn't say that. But I would say I'm prone to a wee and all that now and then. I think I've got something wrong with my bowels, my stomach, but
Are you going to get the wee test?
I can't quite literally.
What's up there?
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know. I was back home for a few days and the family had said a name, but I forgot the name already. Of
Norovirus?
No. About what could actually be wrong with my stomach, like why
Irritable
I've always
bowel
got...
syndrome?
It wasn't IBS either, come on, that's an easy one. It was a weird name, but anyway, I'll text them and ask
Celiac?
for it. Not celiac either. It's a name I've never heard of before. So, apparently said you should stop eating dog food and that should help. Keep opening up the tins of chappy, like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
So
Do you hear that, speaking of tins of chappy, if you know what chappy is, you know.
dog meat, dog food,
Stop saying dog meat. No one knows what you're saying.
dog food. Continue.
I'm sure that one of our grandparents fed their husbands a tin of dog food.
No. Who?
I'm sure there's a story about that.
I think you've made this up. This is where you go into your mad, vivid imagination and just start making up stuff that happened in a dream one night, and you're like,
Let's. I'll text mum and dad. I have a feeling it was something to do with dad's side,
right?
and he came home late, drunk from the pub. Dinner was gone, so got a tin of dog food and ate it.
Did she heat it up?
I think so.
That's nice. Maybe that's true.
It's true. Imagine eating dog food. Sometimes though, when I feed the cat and I get a whiff of all the fish, sometimes I'm like, do I taste it? Like, it's food.
You're a freak. Honestly, you are weird. You take it to extremes. So I'm here having the bants, having the jokes, and you're like, oh, sometimes I feed Podba and have a bowl too. Freak.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the transfer window because actually there are some interesting things going on in terms of women's football for the transfer period. And actually, we're going to be joined by Soccer Donna very soon, who I think is the most on it in terms of transfers.
It's weird because when you see it, it pops up on Instagram and you see a wee thing, it's normally true, especially with the speculation about players. So
There's no smoke without fire.
well, the only thing is I'd seen I was going to Spurs, but apparently I'm not because it wasn't on Soccer Donna, so that's that.
Maybe we should
That's
get
that.
stuck right into it then. Coming up, we'll look ahead to the rest of the season and, of course, look ahead to what's happening this January transfer window. Let's speak now with Laura Collis from Soccer Donna. Laura, how are you, my cat friend? She loves cats.
Oh, really?
I'm good.
I hope you're not trying to
I have two
identify
cats.
as a cat, though.
No.
That's good.
Imagine Laura was sitting there with our leash round our neck, our wee cat collar on, drinking our
No,
milk from
you
our
can't
bowl.
catch me. You're trying to be a cat. No. But I have two, and they're Roman, but I hope they're going to be chill today.
That's
so
fine.
we'll see how that goes.
Your cats can make an appearance there that is good. It's good quality.
Anytime, and they probably will.
Yeah. Laura, I always feel that Soccer Donna is my place to go for the information. You are the person behind the Soccer Donna Instagram and the rumours and the movers and shakers. How's January looking so far?
Busy. Okay. Very busy. So, yeah, Ruesha, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think you're coming to Spurs.
I don't think I am. I don't think I am. I might put in a bid for them.
Don't think you are.
Pay them, see if they'll let me go and train. I was thinking about turning up to the training ground the other day, but I just didn't bother in the end. So I was waiting on you. I was waiting on you to let me know, but you didn't. So that was that.
Where did it come
but
from,
then again,
Laura?
it's Spurs.
Where did the rumour come from?
I have no idea.
It was just,
with the
kids on Twitter, I
WSL, the
think.
funny thing is, it's a Twitter thing. So a lot of fans just spread rumors, and there's actually no real source behind it. So they just spread it, and I don't know, for whatever reason, if you're interested in that, it goes around. So,
Interesting.
Ruesha,
I mean,
let's make of this what you want.
this is hilarious because you're actually speaking to Rush right now, but did you actually make some calls to find out if it was true? Could have just texted me,
That's
Laura.
a shame. I know, guys, I
cat
could tell you.
friends?
No, I would not text you. I have no. I went a bit deeper than that.
Oh, she went
I wanted
deeper?
to see how. Yeah, I went deeper. I actually tried to find out if that's true, but nobody ever heard of anything like this. So.
Were Spurs like, no thanks, hopefully
What?
not? Who?
No, well, no,
Ruesha?
not like this, but they just
What?
said there's been no indication of her coming to Spurs. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
all
Well,
I
ask them
heard.
if they're looking for a spare pair of hands, somebody to carry the water out to training. I'm there.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice once you retire one day.
Maybe,
Okay.
very possible, very possible.
Maybe.
Talk to us
Possible.
then about what's going on with some of the big WSL clubs so far, Laura. What have you heard? Because I'm always getting the rumours about Arsenal, as is everyone else, but are they doing any business this window, considering their permanent manager has not been announced yet?
So I think it was in early November when the first rumor started about Nick Cushing, I think his name is, to come in as a head coach. Then he denied that, saying he will stay at New York City FC. But then later that month, in November, he has resigned or he was let go. I'm not sure of that. So I believe his move is still possible. Oh, hey, Kat.
Hey.
His move is still possible. So I would not really put an end to that yet. However, Renee Slagers is doing a very good job with the team. But I have not heard anything about her actually wanting the head coach position. She's never talked about this before. So I think those are the two main opportunities or two main possibilities for Arsenal in this window. Maybe, I'm not sure if this window or in the summer, but we will see about this.
It sounds like Rennie might be getting it now till the end of the season. Something like that could possibly happen.
Maybe, yeah.
She's done a great job. I mean, they top in the Champions League group. You know, that draw will happen in February. But I'm not sure if it's the right thing for Arsenal to do, but I will say she's done a good job. She's got a nice coaching staff in there, and the vibes are at least good. In terms of players, have we heard anything about any players this window for Arsenal?
Yes, we have. There have been rumors about a player from the NWSL, so the USA side. I cannot give you a name because that has not been 100% confirmed yet, but there will be a player coming, and it most likely is a forward.
Interesting.
For the Arsenal.
Yes.
Interesting.
What would that mean, Ru? I mean,
that would mean a forward could potentially be going into Arsenal if you've not picked up on that, guess.
But does that mean that what's Beth Mead's contract situation? Because I thought Beth had another year to go at Arsenal, but then there's also conflicting rumours online that our contract's up at the end of this season. What's this? You know,
Arsenal are very tough with disclosing contract information. So I would assume this year also, but it could also be this year plus option for an additional year. So that would mean her contract is due this year, but she could extend for another year.
Right.
But I am not 100% sure about this because, Arsenal and contract information are not best friends.
Interesting.
Not like Arsenal, to be tight, honestly.
Ruesha loves the Arsenal. Honestly, she's sitting there.
I've heard.
Big fan. I don't know. I mean, part of me looks at that forward line at the minute. Ruesha's found her form.
Yep.
Let's hope she can get back to that. You know, in January, her confidence was sky high going into Christmas. Looking on the right-hand side or the left, you never know. It feels like those players have had time at the club. Maybe they'll be looking for a new chapter. It's always the one with Arsenal. They do good business, they bring in good players, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work, right? They have to get it right this time.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't also, the position of any forward position, either on the wing or center forward, I do not think that should be Arsenal's main priority to sign. But what do I know? I don't even know why they pursue this. I look in different positions, especially when it's for Arsenal. I think they should be working more on a defense or maybe bring in a playmaker who can, deliver passes to the front a bit better, or maybe even selling some players as well. That could be a better option than just signing another forward. Because I think Russo is a good option. Ever since Slagers has taken over, she has been in really, really good form. And I don't think they need a different either centre forward or winger right now.
Yeah, I think Russo's found her form. She feels valued again. She's chipping in with the goals now. But she can play a couple of roles for that Arsenal team. She can play as the 9 or she can play in the 10. Are we looking towards summer for Arsenal to bring in another midfielder? Is that where the Kira Walsh rumours start again?
Let's talk about Kira Walsh.
Go on, what do you know?
It's been going on for years, man.
Oh yeah, that one has been getting on my nerves. So last summer, like the day before deadline day, it was announced that Arsenal has made a bid to Barcelona for Kira Walsh, which they have declined. She is still under contract until the summer. So if the club or any club in the WSL, because I've heard she wants to come back to England, if they want to sign her, they need to pay a really, really large fee. That's out of the question. So it needs to be a club that is able and ready to pay a fee like this. But in my opinion, it's more likely that she will go on a free in the summer.
Right, okay. Yeah. which is classic. Don't want to be insulting, Laura, but I feel it's just classic women's football at the minute to lose valuable players on a free, which could strengthen a Champions League rival or strengthen a league rival. We've seen it all too often, you know, and it does concern me with the Beth Mead contract situation. If her time does come to an end at the end of this season, again, not completely set in stone when that contract does expire, if she were to leave and stay in the WSL, what have you done? What have you done, Arsenal? They have to be better with the transfer policy.
Yeah.
Bad business,
like,
straight up.
Arsenal, and it's not only Arsenal. Like, look, if you look at the Russo transfer as well, it's been the same thing. They've been talking and talking and talking. Man United failed to give her a new contract, and then she just left on a free. So it's basically the same thing. But yeah, women's football, as you said. Yeah. Can I give you just in Guro Reiten has extended her contract at Chelsea? I just got that notification.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Speaking of Chelsea, I think Bright, Cuthbert and Buchanan will also extend their contracts.
Okay.
Because I think they're all very happy at the club. Mm-hmm. But I think the hardest position at Chelsea to compete in is the goalkeeper position, because you have Hannah Hampton, and it's very hard to compete with her. So Zicira Muzovic, I think that's how she's pronounced, she will not extend her contract.
Oh, yeah. I think a player like Muzovic, obviously representing Sweden, Euros coming ahead, she'll be looking to be playing. I don't know, would that happen in January, do you think? Would she be looking to get out in January, or will Chelsea allow a player like that to leave? But I think she's obviously a senior player, a good player. She'll be very frustrated at not getting enough football. But Hannah Hampton's in form right now, so it's tough being a goalkeeper. But you've big players like that, they won't want to sit on the bench.
Yeah, it's with most players. Like, we've also had Catherine Kuhl of Arsenal. Yeah. When you play for your national team, you need to get club minutes, and neither of the two are getting those right now. Also Chloe Kelly, but we will dive in on that later. So if you want to keep playing for your national team, you need to get club minutes, and she is not getting those, Muzovic. So I see her not extending, but I also think Eve Perisset will not extend. I don't see that happen.
Oh, interesting.
But I do not think it will happen in the January window. It could also be in the summer, because they will both be out of contract.
This one on then Katarina Kuhl. From Arsenal. Is it true that Everton are looking to get her this window, and therefore would be paying quite a large fee for her? It would be big money for Everton, yeah?
Yeah, so I've heard about £100,000 fee. However, I've also heard they are willing to get her on loan again for the remainder of the season. So I'm not quite sure if she will be transferring to Everton as of in the winter, or if she will be loaned out. We will have to see about this. But yeah, that is very, very possible. I think she's been very happy at Everton when she was on loan before, and she got solid minutes there. So yeah, that's definitely, I'd really say that's going to happen.
Right, good wee player.
Yeah, and what about Hayley Ladd? Hayley Ladd obviously looking towards the summer and maybe limited minutes at United, and a quality player, so she'll be looking to defo go. But she's obviously been linked with a few clubs. Do you know any more on that situation?
Yeah, Ruesha, sorry about that with the Euros, by the way.
Thank you.
She's just stopped crying now, Laura. You brought it all back up.
I heard she's good for a bender, so I thought I'd let one side. Okay, anyways, Hayley Ladd. I think same with Muzovic and Kuhl. If she wants to continue be in content for the national team, she needs minutes. And right now at United, she's not getting a lot. So there have been multiple WSL clubs asking about her, and more specifically, it was, I think, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Crystal Palace. My best guess would be Liverpool, but we will see. Could be any, but I think a move is very likely.
Yeah.
Maybe this window even.
Ooh. Yeah, I think a player like her, she would be looking to get away and play more minutes. Obviously, Wales, it doesn't come around often qualifying for major tournaments, so she'd like to be in the best possible shape to go and be in good form for our country. And she's a good player, and she deserves to be playing football more regular. I know there's a lot of competition at United, but I think when tournaments like this come around, you've got to be selfish, and I think she should probably be looking to push the move through. So yeah, that'll be interesting to keep an eye on that one.
Absolutely. Can we ask Laura about Aston Villa, Ruesha's former club? Because there's a number of players out of contract there in the summer, but also Kenza Daly. I mean, obviously wasn't favoured with the manager, DePau, who's now departed the club. Does that change things for her? Will she be looking to go elsewhere?
You know, for Aston Villa, they did so well, I think, in the last transfer window, which was in the summer. They got so much fresh talent in, and unfortunately, I think the manager didn't really know how to use this to benefit the team. So I think for players like Kenza Daly, if the situation at Aston Villa doesn't change, and if they keep dropping points rather than losing them, I feel like she could move. But that goes for like the majority of players out of contract. And we're talking like big names like Rachel Daly, we're talking Jordan Nobbs, are all out of contract. And I don't think they're ready to retire yet. So if they want to extend, I think Aston Villa need to step one up, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one. I've no idea who's coming in or who it looks like will be coming in to take charge of Villa. But I think players like Rachel Daly, Jordan Nobbs, I don't know if Lucy Staniforth's out of contract, they'll be looking to probably stay. They're in a WSL team. They play a lot of minutes, and I think they'll be looking to push on. As for Kenza Daly, I don't know what it means, but sometimes when a manager leaves, obviously Kenza wasn't playing a lot under DePau, and she's a quality player, but I think when you've got a player like Kenza in the team, she's a playmaker, so you've got to let her play and have players around her that are going to let her do that. So it depends what manager is going to come in. But Kenza goes away and plays with the French national team consistently. She's a very good player. So the fact that she wasn't being allowed to do that at Villa, it just shows that maybe there was a clash with the manager, and there was something that the manager just, if your face doesn't fit, your face doesn't fit. And that's football, unfortunately. That's the politics of football. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in and then what happens with Villa. But I think a lot of the players will stay, but I'm intrigued to see what will happen with Kenza. She might go, look, it's time for a fresh start. She's been there for a few seasons now. But you never know. Sometimes a manager can come in, make you feel valued, and everything can change instantly. So it'll be interesting to see.
Just on the subject then of Villa, like people who have changed under certain managers, Russo, for example, with Rennie Slagers, but Jonas Edeval, I've heard that he's closely linked with getting a job out of the US. But is there a chance that he could get the Villa job? Is there anything like that swirling?
There has been no indication. Like, I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but it's more likely he will sign with San Diego Wave in the NWSL, because that's what I've heard about. And there have been no indication that he will go to Villa.
Okay.
I don't think the Villa play style is what fits him as a manager as well. And I don't think his play style can fit a team like Aston Villa. So
I agree with that. I actually think it'd be interesting to see how Jonas would do in America. I think it's more of a transitional game. It's very athletic, and I think with the Scandinavian way that Jonas Edeval is, I think that could be better suited to him.
Right.
And could he get more out of a team over in the US? So be interesting to see.
Okay. Finally, before we let you on, Laura, what's the story with Chloe Kelly? Is it this window? Capitalise on her. They cannot let her go for nothing.
Gosh. So Manchester City is a whole institution we could be talking about, but because technically they are fine. They have been unfortunately had to deal with a lot of injuries in the likes of Lauren Hemp, Bunny Shaw, Alex Greenwood. And I think especially Hemp and Shaw, when they're back, they're fine. So because I was thinking about who do they need to sign in the window, and actually they don't really need anybody, because they can sign a forward, but as soon as Hemp and Shaw are fit again, that forward would be benched.
Mm-hmm.
And regards to Chloe Kelly, her move is absolutely possible. The question now is only this window or in the summer. I've heard that she wanted to stay at City, but they have failed to offer her a contract. Same as with Russo, same as with Kira Walsh. And she needs to play more minutes to be a sustainable member of the England national team squad. That's just how it is. Because look at Lotte Women-Moy. She was injured, didn't play, and wasn't called up. That's how it goes. And so I think a loan move for an established senior player is not possible. I don't think that really works. I see her going in the summer. I do believe she will stay in the WSL, although rumors have indicated she will move to PSG. That was last summer. So I'm not really sure she would leave England at the moment, to be fair. But yeah, she will most likely go.
Well, okay. So it could be an interesting January transfer window. It sounds like a lot of deals will happen in the summer. But Laura, as soon as anything happens, we'll hit you up and you let us know. And
I'll let you know.
We'll catch up with you again very soon. Soccer Donna on social media. If you haven't already followed Laura, you can go and do that now. As ever, Laura from Soccer Donna, have a great day. Thank you very, very much. I want to see a big juicy transfer in January.
Patience. I mean, it's what are we on?
I've got no patience.
It's the 7th of January. Currently, the 7th of January. So there's a long window ahead. But again, in women's football, there's not always a lot of action or major action. Yes, a lot of loan moves will be done, but we don't tend to see a lot of people being bought out of contracts and moving on, especially for the buying team. Why would they pay money when you're probably linked with that team? Like you look at Katrina Cool. You know, why would Everton pay her? Why would they pay Arsenal money right now when they know that she's the likelihood is that they will get her in summer? Loans have already been made between them. She enjoys her time there. So, yes, it's a gamble. Yes, it's a risk. But that's the way the women's game is right now. And money isn't as accessible as it is in the men's game. So, patience.
All right, Mum. Fine.
I'm sweating in here.
Are you hot, honey?
Aye, melting.
Let's bring in a blast of ice then, because joining us now in the show, former Olympian snowboarder Aimee Fuller is with us. And Aimee is with us now. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our humble abode.
Team Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just need a bit of leather, I reckon.
Well, she didn't quite get the memo, but we're just mourning the end of 2024. I take it. Is that what's happening?
I don't
really know.
Like we have dressed all rather black ensemble, but I'm loving these boots, man. They're like
Thank you very much.
rather.
I reckon I could kick a football pretty well in these.
Yeah,
What do you reckon?
if you say so.
They'd protect. I think it would protect my toes.
Okay.
Probably my techers would be.
You're going for the old toe punt.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair.
Maximum distance with the toe punt.
She's going to absolutely blast it.
Let's not talk about my my appearance I did on what was that Sky TV show where you kick the ball? Soccer AM.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, where you're
What
on that,
happened?
Oh, it was bad.
What did you do, Aimee?
I suppose, you know, as sports women or former sports women, you kind of can sort of turn your hands to most sports at a, you know, okay level, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can do a few kicky ups. But it came to that and it was like, normally I thrive in Kodak courage, you know, red lights on, cameras rolling.
Yeah.
But I was so nervous.
Oh.
I just, didn't deliver. It was really disappointing, actually.
You didn't fall or anything, did you?
I didn't fall.
Did you just connect with the football? What
I
happened
just
to you?
basically ripped my hamstrings out of their sockets. I don't think I realised how physical kicking a football is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Did you ever see the episode? I'm sure it was Lucy Bronze went flying.
No.
I'm sure she stacked
been on
it. There was
I don't
a
know.
very famous women's footballer who went on Soccer AM and actually went on her face.
Really?
So
Don't
you
remember
don't
that.
worry about that.
Alicia Lehman though, 2 top bins. She done.
Alicia Lehman
Yeah.
was amazing
She
on
smashed
Soccer
it.
Aid.
She smashed
Soccer
it.
Aid, Soccer AM.
Definitely no top bins for me.
Unlucky.
that's okay.
Don't worry,
We should
Ruesha's
do a day at the
all
slopes. I've
Yeah.
never done any kind of skiing in my life.
Have you not? Are you allowed to?
We're not allowed. But
if you retire, you could.
retirement is near, so maybe that could be a wee.
Is it on the cards?
Why not? Yeah, well, maybe. Retirement could be on the cards.
Here you go, here's weeds for you.
Snowboarding, let's do it. Let's give it a bash.
I've only ever taught 2 people sort of to a particular level, because it's quite a hard sport to pick up. It's one of those sports which is incredibly frustrating to learn,
Right,
but
that's not a good start.
once you master it, it is so addictive, because it is literally just a blank canvas for creativity, no rules, and it's been really cool actually the last couple of years, because I've stepped back from snowboarding in 2018 to follow my passion in broadcast and work on the 2022 Olympics. But last year I actually went on my first snowboard holiday. I don't know if you've ever been on a football holiday, but it's very, very different to doing sport at a top level and then going and doing what other people do on
So
slopes.
you stop on the après-ski, get a bit lashed.
I couldn't believe that it was something that I hadn't ever done for
that's weird.
13 years
Yeah,
of my
it's
career.
This keeps popping up on my TikTok right now, and I'm like, I'd like to go there. This looks fun. And it's like everyone just having a party. I could probably abandon the whole skiing situation. I could do like a wee sledge.
You could just go
Somebody
down
push
on the
me down
little
on a
carry
sledge
carts.
and-
Honestly,
Yeah.
after you've been to the bar and you've had a couple of drinks, you'll be fine.
Fine.
It's
Confidence.
it gives you a real confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could
definitely.
also break yourself in half. And you
Not
know,
if you're with me. I'll look after you.
Okay.
I'll
fine.
hold your hand. We'll
Okay.
go down together. Like.
sounds cute.
Fine.
Sounds
Yeah,
real cute. Yeah.
Great. Let's give it a bash.
There you
Sounds like
go.
a date.
Done. It's a
Get a
deal.
room. Excuse me, don't make myself laugh. Listen, I went skiing holiday pregnant, so I couldn't do anything. And everyone was just going up the skis and doing on the après skis. And I was like, I can't drink and I can't ski.
Yeah.
So it didn't go well for me. But I mean, snowboarding, like you say, you've got this whole new lease of life from it. Like you say, it was your career for such a long time. You represented GB at the Olympics and at the Winter Olympics. So you've got a rich history with the sport, but now you've got a new love for it.
Yeah, it's been a real journey, my snowboarding career, because it was a sport that I fell in love with at the age of 12. And then when I was 16, I sort of started doing it properly, travelling, competing. And I did it for like 13 years. You know, it is amazing. I call my snowboarding career the degree of life. It's taken me to, you know, China, Australia, New Zealand, places that I never imagined that I would ever have the opportunity to go. And it just became a casual, normal thing to get on a flight to Australia every summer to ride their winter. And I think through that time on the road and it being an individual sport where initially back in the day when I started snowboarding, you know, you had to make it happen yourself. So you'd buddy up with different people from different countries and you'd travel around together. And I learned so much, not only about myself, the world, how to market myself, you know, how to speak to different people in all different situations. And it put me in the most mental situations. And I think it's given me a real, you know, depth of knowledge for sort of how to deal with random situations, because I've been everywhere and all sorts has happened and you learn how to find a solution to anything. So I think now that's really helped that transition. And I think we see so many sports stars and professional sports people really struggle with that transition out of sport. But it was after the 2018 Olympics and going into that, I just knew that I wanted to do something else. I never wanted to be defined solely by one thing. And for me at the time, it was snowboarding. So I very, very happily sort of parked it and almost feel like I disassociated myself from the sport for a few years to kind of really try and grow separately to it. And I feel like now I'm in this place where I've gone back to the mountains last year for the first time ever, not for work, with my best friend and my friends and then some of her friends. And it was just the biggest melting pot of incredible humans, all from different backgrounds, and to see them fall in love with the sport that I loved, as well as having that little dabble with the après, which I've never done. It really has reignited my passion and sort of shown me again why I fell in love with it. So I'm literally actually just back from Switzerland 2 days ago and taught one of my really good friends, Carlos, he's a dancer on Strictly, how to snowboard. And he's picked it up pretty quickly. So I'm expanding my shred crew now because it's about the snowboarding holidays versus the work. So yeah, a completely different relationship.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's
nice.
cool.
It's good that you can enjoy it.
So we keep throwing the word about the après. This is
ski.
actually
the
standing.
boozer, the
That's
battle
just pub.
cruiser, the battle cruiser on the slopes.
Yeah, I mean, literally, but you can ride there. I mean, how cool is that?
You can literally ski down
Right.
and ski into a pub.
Pit
You can
stop.
just ski up to the bar,
Okay.
get yourself a little Aperol, and then ski off it.
Fantastic.
In France, the main one to go to is the Folly Juice. And you go and you're like, yeah, let's just have a drink. And then suddenly people appear in neon ski suits, you know, the drums, the, what's that called? The
Ukulele.
No, not the ukulele.
Vaudeville.
Some crazy brass, you know.
Trumpet.
Yeah, something along those lines. And the place just pops, it goes wild. It's like,
Good fun.
yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
I was extremely jealous that I
We'll
couldn't
check
do
it out sometime.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Definitely, it has to be done. I
I
think.
feel like I'd need lessons before because I can't go because I've got really anger issues. So when I'm terrible at something, it's not good.
Okay, I think we should
So-
go to the snow dome first. Because
Okay.
we don't need to
Snow dome.
witness that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
Snowdome at-
chucking skis about the gaff.
No skis. in
No
my
skis.
crew.
Just
No,
boards.
that's not
So
true.
is it
I'm,
strictly snowboards? Like, are you snowboard snob?
I'm actually not. One of
It's
my
cooler. I'll be honest.
one of my
It's cool,
great
cool.
great friends and BBC Ski Sunday colleagues, Shemi Alcott. I genuinely believe we are like two people that equally respect each community because they are so different. And seeing Shemi ski is just unreal. And I've skied with Shemi, and it gives me it's so hard to do it well. It's definitely easier to learn.
Right.
To ski.
Okay.
There you go then.
So
Yeah.
at an instance, definitely like
Okay.
if you snowboard, part of the cool gang.
Okay.
To get the kids doing it young as well. Like, I keep seeing videos of kids who are like, there was an
seen
11-month-old snowboarding the other day, just standing there on the snowboard, and away she went, like slow motion,
Yeah.
kind of down this little hill. And I was like, God, if you can get the kids into it early as well, it's a good family holiday.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Expensive one too.
I know. Aye, but if you're hanging about with Aimee,
Yeah.
you get
She might
freebies.
pull a few strings.
We can pull some strings.
She knows
Okay.
some peeps.
We
knows
can,
some peeps.
we can pull some strings.
And now, in fact, can I just mention that you were the first woman to land a double backflip in a competition at the X Games?
Yes.
Quite cool.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was definitely like a real highlight of my career. When was that? Was it 2012?
2011, I'm being
there
told.
you
but,
go.
I mean, you meant
That is a long time ago. Yeah, I sort of entered snowboarding at this time where there was such an opportunity to progress the sport. I call it like the glory days of snowboarding. It was incredible. It was actually before the Olympics. So the discipline that I did, slopestyle, was introduced in 2014. But before that, it was all about the X Games, and it still is such a prestigious event. So to get that invite in your email inbox was always such an honour. They only ever invited 12 girls in the world. So to be a part of that, and then back in the day, we had just the most incredible tour. And then there was that transition of it going from this real free sport to an Olympic sport, which definitely changed the dynamic. But I feel so grateful for having had the opportunity to experience both sides of that. And I think I can pull equal like beauty in both experiences because, you know, the Olympics does so much for sport on a global scale. It's such an incredible showcase and professionalises sports like snowboarding. So it was great to be a part of that journey, but also, you know, the start of my career was just mega fun. It was like the rock star days.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you do backflips and all that.
Do you think you could pull that off now? Were you doing that on your holiday there after the
Hey,
pints? You watched double black and then watch me go.
I've definitely not done a double for a while. I've been airborne and upside down, you know, on a trampoline, but I can safely say I've not done a double since the Olympics, and that was 2018.
Have you had an injury, like a bad injury?
I've had a fair few injuries, yeah. It's one of those sports where there's this saying, which I don't like, but it's true. You're going to get hurt. It's not a matter of if, but when.
Yeah.
And I can, speak and walk proof of that. And can safely say I got very, very lucky, but I fractured my eye socket. So if you look
We're face planted
across my face like this, I've got a lump on my left eye. Ribs, collarbone, rotator cuff, AC joint, coccyx. It's like this. So I have my fair share, but I've seen a lot of things, so I feel so grateful. And again, I think even having had that career and moving into everything I do now, I'm a big advocate of wellness.
Yeah.
I do a lot of running, and now do the running coverage for the Great North Run.
Oh, great.
So I actually run and present with my producer the full 13.1 miles, and people always say, how do you run and talk?
Is that
And like,
possible?
how do you run? Like, I'm like, running is so easy on the basic level of you're just going forward. And then I just always think about how grateful I am to still be able to run.
Yeah.
Because not everybody can.
Yeah.
So sorry, do you run and then stop?
No.
And present, or you are running and
I
actually
run,
like you're
I
running
run
and you've
present.
got
Yeah,
We
so
need to up the game. basically.
it was
do the podcast on the pitch.
This is true. This is very
Right.
true.
or you could do the Monday Mile Walk and Talk podcast. That's a good one as well.
Okay.
Have you heard of that before?
No.
That's my podcast.
Is that what I was going to say?
Right.
There's a segue coming here.
Yeah.
And you're doing lots of media now. This is you have a new career,
Yeah.
basically. So it makes sense. You're an absolute natural, but being able to do this side of work is
It's so fun.
doing lots of different things.
Do you like it?
Yeah, but I rather I'm quite light-hearted, so I like to talk nonsense. I'm not really into the whole serious chat.
Yeah.
I need to be in a certain mood to talk real serious
What
chat.
is serious chat about football though? Like
Well,
where?
it's
where
like
do we-
people are really like heated and into their tactics or opinions on players or managers, and sometimes I need to be in a certain mood for that. I just like to be.
Do you like getting deep though in a conversation?
At certain times. Certain
For
times.
me, that's I absolutely love that. Like, you know, when you just keep going, and a conversation spirals to somewhere that you don't imagine. For me, that's what's the most rewarding.
This one's not really on the planet.
Surface. Let's get some bevies at the Folly, yeah?
Yeah, just not as deep. Kind of dips a toe in and then leaves. You know.
Isn't it amazing though the opportunities that our sports can create post-career?
Yeah.
Should you be open to, you know, the potential journey that there can be? So
And you've got the chat and the character. It's great.
I have like one of the most ridiculous stories. So I was standing on the London Marathon finish line, 2018, with my sponsor at the time. I was sponsored by Tag Heuer.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
It was
nice.
it was a goodie, and I was in the VIP hospitality, and I was with the marketing director, and I said, you know what, I think I'd rather run this than just like stand here and eat scones. I mean, it was nice, but she's like, well, you can have a place next year if you like. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I rang my mum and I said, you know how we said, you know, if we were ever to do a marathon, we'd do it together and we'd do it once I've finished. And I'm done. Let's do it. So we signed ourselves up, 2019. So in the January of 2019, bearing in mind I've never run more than 5 miles in my life, I go for a little trot in Richmond Park, just flick up a story. Covered in mud, soaking wet, just run 13 miles in Richmond Park, training for London. Next minute, I get a WhatsApp in. So this is the power of manifestation, just putting something out there. You have no idea what's going to come back. Hi, Aimee, I've just seen you're training for the London Marathon. You don't fancy running another one? It's me thinking. I literally went, no, absolutely not. Why? Question mark, haha. Well, because you're already training, we have a marathon in March in North Korea, and we're doing a documentary and wondered if you wanted to front it. And I was like, yes, tell me more. And that was it. That was my first sort of major gig outside of snowboarding, and it was running a marathon in North Korea. I mean, does it get more random than that?
Yeah, bit niche.
Does it, you know, and that was crazy. And doing that and experiencing that and being a part of a team and a crew rather than like the solo sports person, I just absolutely loved it. Good. So I'd really say that was kind of the start for me.
Yeah, that's cool. One thing I will say, I think when I retire, I don't think I've got the motivation or desire to run a marathon.
I know.
I'm just like, it's
maybe bucket list
long.
stuff.
I feel like I could do it, but I feel like it's the boredom. I'm like, but we were doing reps at football the other day and we only had 12 runs, and I was like, we were on 9, and I was like, oh, Jesus.
Do you know?
Come on.
There's something though. So, you know, a lot of people, it's about the time, or you know, it can be very regimented. But I think there's also a fluidity in running where there is no pressure, but you just complete a marathon. The sense of achievement. I think there's so much like self sort of
personal
excellence
or personal achievement.
I think I would have I would be more time driven. The only great thing that I have wrong with me is my Achilles are gubbed, so I will not be running marathons.
Okay,
anyway.
right, we'll park that one.
Yeah. I mean,
so
definitely après ski seems a far more likely.
Yeah.
That seems a safer bet, doesn't it?
And if you vlog it, I'll watch that.
I think the snow and stuff, that could be kinder on my Achilles. It's not as much pounding because we're just gliding. So this could be the one, guys.
Right, okay.
I won't be doing
and
the
you're in
backflip,
boots, so you're kind of safe, protected.
Perfect.
As anything.
Put a wee heel raise in there and I'm off I go.
So, Aimee, where can we find you going forward, your podcasts? What have you got coming up?
So we've literally just launched season 14
Woo!
of The Monday Mile, which is on Spotify, YouTube and Instagram.
Wonderful.
So it's a walk and talk podcast. I started it off the back of lockdown because I didn't want to be sat down and confined to Zoom calls anymore. So I link up with a guest at a location of their choice and we walk and talk for a mile. And they do say the best conversations happen sideways.
Did you do one with a lot of woods?
I did.
I remember watching that one.
Yeah.
I remember being across that one,
Yeah, we've had some incredible guests and I'm so grateful to every single person that's up for it. It's mad. I think we've done over like 140 episodes now.
Well, 140.
Two.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Do you come as a double act?
Sometimes she needs me to care for her, but I can drop her off.
You can hold her hand.
Yeah, she's codependent since birth, but we're trying really hard at 25 to shake her off. Aimee Fuller, thank you so much. Good luck with everything that's to come, and we'll see you again soon. Rue, till next time, doll.
See you soon.
Thanks for the enthusiasm.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back with you next week. But until then, my loves, make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll chat to you soon. Bye-bye.